The Lord tells us to seek Him while He may be found. And in these times, that is the best advice you could ever follow. Let me read this real quick from Proverbs. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught at all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and when your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you. Then they shall call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel. They despised all of my reproof. Therefore they shall eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from the fear of evil. Now, if you think what has transpired over the last 3 years has been eventful, distressful, I shudder to think how you would react when you see what's getting ready to unfold in the very near future. Now, I meet a lot of people who identify as saved, as quote unquote Christian, who actually believe we're already in the Great Tribulation. Now, I beg to differ, and I think that they are woefully underestimating how bad this is going to be. There is a reason why the Lord said that this would be like no time on earth. Now, let me frame this for you and give you some perspective that I haven't really heard anyone on social media or on YouTube, etc., mention. And this might give you a little bit different perspective of what the Bible's talking about. Now, the Bible tells you that in relatively short order, you're going to have 1/4 of the world's population will perish. Now, we're at roughly 8 billion people on this earth right now. So you're talking about 2 billion people. Now, here's the frame of reference I never hear people mention. You can fit, in terms of loss of life, the equivalent of 24 World War IIs. 24 just in that first 1/4. That's astounding. But it says of the remaining population, then another 1/3 will perish. You're talking over 50% of the world's population. Now, this is also why I do not believe, as some people believe, in terms of, well, they will be eating, drinking, and giving in marriage, and people think that they're going to continue to be doing this all throughout the tribulation. I beg to differ. You're talking about 1 out of every 2 people are going to perish during that time. This is not going to be a festive time. And there are so many people that have passed on that they thought they had plenty of time. We're not guaranteed our next breath. But the reason why there's so much urgency now is that I honestly feel that there's going to be one day, one event that changes this earth forever. And it will be as my wife said, a very loud place at that time. Very loud. And this is why the Antichrist is going to have such an easy time taking the lead, because people are going to be so desperate for anyone to step in to fix it, to give them some semblance of normalcy. And I'm going to tell you, we aren't guaranteed our next breath. But when these things begin to unfold, and you see, technically World War III has already started, but the war has not went hot, so to speak, across the globe. You have earthquakes in diverse places. You have wars and rumors of wars. You have so many different parts of this globe that are absolute powder kegs. Then you throw in, for example, a lot of these Western governments here in the United States, in Canada, in Australia, that have essentially already begun to declare war on their own populations in a lot of ways. This is going to be a time that, as the Bible says, that there's never been a time on earth like this. And if you hear this, you still have time. You still have time. But seek the Lord while he may be found. God bless you.